Right, I'm here with disappointed Steve Housham to reflect on today's 1-0 defeat at Braintree. Steve just didn't take the chances today.
No, exactly, and we've created enough to probably win 2 or 3 games, and just not brave enough in that box. You know, albeit, yeah, we've hit the bar, we've hit the post, we've done everything we could today, and disappointing aspect was the way we conceded the goal, you know, and we didn't stop the cross, and that was probably the only negative to come out the game. You know, I can't fault these players for what they did today, because we put a shift in, we did everything we asked of them, and you know, they worked the socks off again, but it's an harsh reality, and like I say, if you don't put your chances away, you're not going to win again in football. And you know, me and Stampy, we could say it was just don't lose the game. But you know, like I say, it was just something. But we've seen sides crumble and die after that. We kept going, and we still created chances. And you know, some of the decisions, I don't want to go into them too much, but there was left. Well, I don't know where the 3 minutes came from. 6 subs, a few talkings to him, but he only had 3 minutes on. But like I said, I can't fault the players today for what they did, and I feel gutted for them because they at least should be going on with a point, and we're going home with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest, so the best team lost today.
I would agree with that, and obviously we won't go into the refereeing decisions, but it must be pleasing for you to still be playing like this away from home. Like every week we seem to be giving teams a real game away from home, and today we should have come away with more than nothing.
You know, just said there to the press as well. You know, these lads can hold their heads up high week in, week out. They're giving everything they can. Yes, our away form at the minute is probably better than the home. I would love to bring it home and you know, show our fans that we are really giving a fight, and you know, we are doing our best. Don't get me wrong. And like I say, we was at training the other night, and it's brilliant. It's just like training a youth team squad, and you know, they're listening, they're learning all the time. And there's some good players out there, but like I say, this is where they've got to grow up, and sometimes mistakes happen and it hurts them. You know, I've got a dressing room. My job is just to keep picking them up, and I do that, and you know, you can see the hurt, but from the manager's point of view also, that's a good dressing room to see, because it just shows the care and the passion they've got in there, and you know, they don't want to let anyone down. And we've just got to pass on as much advice as we can, you know, to try and, you know, cut out goals like we did. You know, they've scored from a cross. There was one at the end there where Graham's got a chance to put a cross in, but their defenders got there and, you know, defended properly, because he's probably, you know, he's used to it. So, you know, there's things that we're learning all the time, and at the end of the day, I think we've had one cleared off the line, we've missed on the line, we've hit the bar and post. You can go on and on about all the chances we had today, but like I've just said as well to the press, you know, the goals for column doesn't lie, and that's been the problem. You know, we have been digging deep all season, but we've just not been scoring goals.
Yeah, and we've got 2 big home games coming up, Dover and Lincoln. We'll be hoping that we can. I know they're going to be tough games, but it would be nice to get something at home on it after the last few games.
Yeah, definitely. As long as we go out there and just hold our heads up high and give it everything we've got. Like we've said, there's no pressure on our players at all in any of the games. You know, all the pressure is on these teams now. They need, as Daphne said, they need the points more than us. You know, because nothing's lost today, because all teams below us apparently, or down there, there's only these that have come out, you know, with a point. So, you know, there's the odd team that's picked up 1 point, but nothing. You know, it's still going to be some twists and turns, and you know, it was always going to be a miracle if North Ferriby stayed in this league. But we're still in with a massive chance, and we enter the next 2 games against playoff hopefuls and championship hopefuls. So, you know, there's no pressure there, is there? You know, we just go out there and give it our best shot, and like I said, we'll go and enjoy them 2 games, but we'll definitely be trying to get some out them games at home.
Just one last quick one. What about how far away are the likes of Stephen Brogan and Ryan Fallowfield and Simon Russell?
Yeah, well, you know, we'll assess them this week. They've got another week's rest. You know, it's a tricky one, and like even today, I mean, we've had to make a change with Sam Cosgrove as well. With back spasm on the bus, you know, this is what happens. You know,
You can't write it, can you?
No, you know, there's these little niggles coming along, so we've had to juggle that one. So we'll just address them this week. But like I said, we've built the squad up previously before this game, and I thought the two lads, especially Robbie. Roger Tinkler, I forgot his name.
He had a great game.
He was superb in that middle of the park, and Ross did everything. Curtis ran himself to the ground, and Dicko's come on and shown, you know, it probably would have been a gamble to start Dicko because, like I say, you know, he's fit, he's hungry, but match fitness is totally different. He's not played for a while, so we'll breed him in, and we know, like I say, he's our player, so he's not a lone player, he's our player, and we've got a good team to build around now. We've got a good squad, good problem for me and Stampy, and believe me, we'll just keep on going and going and see what we can come up with.
No, well, as always, thanks for your time and good luck next week.